starting June 1st. And you know, Ted, I think that would make it a lot easier on Twins fans traveling to games, especially if they're coming from St. Cloud.
Exactly. I've taken that route before, St. Cloud to Big Lake and Big Oak, all the way down right in front of Target Field, and hopefully we can watch some wins. They did lose today, but hopefully we can see some wins coming up at Target Field soon on that North Star. This may be our last Thursday newscast of the semester here at UTVS, but the action on the field shows no signs of stopping. St. Cloud State baseball opened up yesterday, falling to a very good Augustana team, and Game 2 was a game where the Huskies were looking to pick themselves up and get an NSIC win. But the Vikings had other ideas on their minds. In game number 2 of a doubleheader, the slugging started with SCSU's Zach Hoffman. Hoffman went yard early in the game to tie it up at 1. The Huskies looked in command after 6 as they were leading 4-2, but the advantage would quickly slip away. The Vikings scored the next 4 runs of the game and eventually held on to a 6-5 victory in Game 2 of the doubleheader. The only team that has traveled more than the bus-friendly baseball team has been the golf team. But like the baseball team, the travel hasn't affected them one bit. SCSU women's golf is coming off the NSIC Spring Conference Championships, and as a team they took 5th. Coach Larkin and Katie Cruckton both felt good about what happened earlier this week.
Yeah, the girls were actually in 6th place coming through the fall tournament, and that was kind of our goal, was at least to get up to 5th. So they've been playing very well all spring, and it was really nice that they could actually make that leap. So
yeah, I think as a team, we did pretty well. We finishing 5th. We didn't quite get beat Upper Iowa, but I think as a team, we succeeded and we did well.
The women's golf team is set to head to the NCAA Division II Regionals starting Sunday. This season, SCSU Wrestling didn't quite meet their national championship expectations that they seem to have every single year, but St. Cloud State Wrestling has a lot of impressive young grapplers on their squad entering next season. And some of those were named captains yesterday. We were able to chat with 2 of the new Husky leaders.
It's an honor to be captain, to get voted on by my team members, thinking that they want me to help lead the team. I'm pretty excited about it.
We're going to sit down and see what we can do to get the team fired up every time, keep everybody on the team on the same track so we can get to where we want to be.
SCSU Wrestling is set to continue their success from last season. Let's hope they get it. SCSU Track and Field was supposed to have meets earlier this week in St. Paul and Mankato, but those meets were canceled because of the weather that continues to halt spring sporting events. The weather, though, is not expected to have an effect coming up tomorrow for the Huskies as they travel to St. Paul for one of their final meets before the NSIC Outdoor Championships. Head coach Eric Hanneberger feels good about his Huskies as tomorrow's meet approaches.
Well, we're really looking forward to this weekend, our last meet before conference. Kids are just going to do 1 or 2 events, probably a relay and an open event, just kind of priming the system before finals and before conference. We've got a select few whose schedules work out, and we're going to head out to Sioux Falls for some really good competition at the Howard Wood relays, and then also hopefully run fast and make it to the fast heat in the men's 4x4.
That forecast that we heard before is looking good for the SCSU track team. It's always great to be outdoors at the track, though. Tonight is poised to be a big night around the area as multiple high school baseball and softball squads are in action. Tonight there are 4 softball matchups inside the Central Lakes Conference. Sauk Rapids Rice will battle Alexandria. St. Cloud Apollo will face off against Rocori. Sartell squares off with Wilmer. And in the best game of the evening, a couple of quality squads take the field. St. Cloud Tech swings into action with a Fergus Falls team that is 2-2 overall and 1-1 in the conference. Fergus Falls has a tall task ahead of them as St. Cloud Tech hasn't lost a CLC game yet this season. Tonight is also a big night for area hardball as well. Tonight's game features Grand Rapids taking on conference leader Brainerd, Fergus Falls battling St. Cloud Tech Rocori, taking the diamond with St. Cloud Apollo Wilmer against Sartell. And in the premier CLC game of the evening, Alexandria looks to defend their undefeated conference record against a Sauk Rapids team that is 2-6 overall and 2-4 in conference, but still find themselves in the top half of the conference. Guys, what a game last night. Wild and Avalanche last night, and Anita Ryder put it into the back of that in overtime. When that happened, I was watching the game just jump up, scream. It was great. Minnesota's going crazy as a whole.
That was the best sports game, the most into a sports game I've been in a long time.
Absolutely, me too. It was great, and it's going on to play the Chicago Blackhawks to the next round, and I believe tomorrow is the first game.
Tomorrow's the first game. Yeah. Do you know if that's is that going to be in
Chicago? Chicago will be the first 2 games, yes.
All right. Thank you very much, Ted. We'll be right back.